Self-control and discipline are essential parts of being a Christian and living the Christian life. See, when we look at 1 Corinthians chapter 9, there is a passage in here that talks a lot about self-control in the Christian life, as well as talking about running the race to win. So you see in verse 25, Paul makes a comparison between Christians and athletes, talking about how an athlete is required to be self-controlled and disciplined in all things as he strives for the prize, and makes this comparison to faith and to Christianity, that we should be doing the same. So then, with self-control and discipline becoming essential parts of the life of a Christian, how exactly do we develop this? Well, we develop this mostly through practice, and practice is going to be one of the best ways we can develop our discipline. So drawing this connection back to that athletic connection that Paul makes here, look at how an athlete goes about practicing and building up their discipline and self-control. Look at a football player. That's the best example I can come up with because I played college football. And one of the things that we had to do on a regular basis was not just work out all the time. It wasn't just go to practice and practice your plays. It was studying film. It was studying your own plays, making sure that you memorize your plays, watching film to watch, make sure you know exactly what the other team's doing so that you're building your mind, you're building your body and your mind together around what you're supposed to be doing. I hope this video blessed you today, and if it did, I would appreciate if you liked and subscribed and shared this video with someone else who may need to see it. In doing so, it helps our channel reach a larger audience as well as help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. And there are 5 key things that we can implement into our daily practices to help build up this discipline. The first is just reading the Bible daily. Developing this consistent reading habit will help us into other areas of not just knowing the word, not just remembering what we're reading, but also just getting into that moment, getting into it. It's one of the first habits that we should be building up. That second habit and that second practice is to study the Bible, because reading and studying, they are different. Reading, you're just reading, you're going through the narrative. You're just kind of walking through it. It's nice, it's refreshing to do. It's a great thing to do. But studying it is taking the time to work by the verse, to work by a passage, and just get down into the nitty-gritty of what this actually is saying, what it means, and how we can apply it to our lives. The third thing is to pray daily. One of the kind of like best arguments and best, not necessarily arguments, but best things that I've always heard when it talks about praying daily and advocation for it is our relationship with Christ is often compared to that of a marriage. And that prayer is communication there. And marriage counselors often talk about this when it comes to this prayer. The ones that are Christians, they'll talk about it's like when it comes to a married couple, if one spouse never talks to the other person, is there actually a marriage there? There's not, because they're never communicating. And that's one of the reasons why we should be praying daily, because there is no relationship with Christ if we're never praying. So that's kind of the end of that point. The fourth one is to go to church consistently. Doesn't mean you got to go every time. Obviously, there are some examples of some people who can't physically go by themselves. That's okay. It's not inherently a sin. But when we look at different passages, it does talk about the fact that it is important for us to commune with other believers. And that also gets into that fifth point of we should be spending time around other believers on a daily or weekly basis. We shouldn't just be on our own. We're not meant to be on our own. We shouldn't be just around people who are not believers, because that's just going to wear us down. We should be communing with other believers, and one of the best ways to do that is to go to church consistently and to get yourself plugged in at your church. And that's everything I have for this video today on self-control and on discipline. I hope this video blessed you, and I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. Goodbye.